guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand by Dany Vianna. So today I have their favorite things collection. It does say that these are releasing on Black Friday, but that is in 2 days and chances are this is not going up by then. So I will link in the description box the Dany Vianna site, their Instagram page, and my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. But it does say that there are exclusives to Black Friday, so I'll have those on Instagram and then I will have them in this video as well, but I'm not 1,000,000,000% sure that they will be on the site as this goes up. But Dany is very, very good at keeping things in stock on her site, so I would definitely check it out if you are interested. See, it says the Black Friday sales will take place from the 25th to the 28th of November. I can definitely have this up by the 28th of November. That shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. I will also leave all of the other Black Friday information down in the description box as well. It's a lot, it's percentages, it's discounts, all that good stuff, gift with purchases, all of that will be down there. So in total, the Favorite Things collection has 4 polishes, and then I have a gift with purchase, and then I have their Black Friday polishes. So 6 polishes in today's video, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Bright Copper Kettle, and this is described as a mix of holographic copper micro glitters with copper iridescent flakes. So here's our first coat of Bright Copper Kettle. This one is a little bit sheer here on this first coat, but it does build up in 3 coats to full opacity. The formula on this is wonderful. I had no running, no pooling, no staining, and I didn't have, sometimes with these reflective glitters, they can get a little bit chunky. I hate using that word, but it can happen, and I didn't have that issue with this one either. Very smooth application. So 2 coats is beautiful, and it's probably my preferred way of wearing this, but I did want it in 100% opaque form, so I did go in for 3. This is reflective glitter, so it is gonna dry dull and it is going to dry textured. I recommend a thicker glitter-eating glossy top coat to smooth this out, or one of those glitter smoothers. And since this is reflective glitter, it's also gonna be pretty difficult to remove. I did speed this up, like my swatching portion on this video, so let me know if that's something that you're okay with. Otherwise, these videos would be 100 years long like this oil one. But there are 3 coats of Bright Copper Kettle. Next up we have Blue Satin Sashes, and this is described as a mix of blue reflective glitters with blue to green iridescent flakes. So here's our first coat of Blue Satin Sashes. This one is a little bit thicker than Bright Copper Kettle, which is the polish that we just looked at. It's not chunky by any means, but it is noticeably thicker. It's just not quite as even, so you do have to kind of manipulate it to even it out a little bit as you go. The formula was relatively easy to work with. I didn't have, again, any running, pooling, or staining. I would be happy wearing this in 2 coats, but there were a couple spots on a couple nails that were less than opaque, so I did opt to go in for 3 here as well. But if you're careful with your coats, you could probably wear this one fine in 2. Again, this is that reflective glitter, so it is going to dry to a sandy-like texture. I recommend going in with a thick top coat, or 2 coats of top coat, or a glitter smoother under your top coat, and removal will also be difficult. I also got a new mic. I did have a couple comments that said they could hear some background noises, so hopefully this helps a little bit. Let me know if you notice the change as well. So again, there are 3 coats. Removal will be difficult, and I do think these flakes complement this base color really, really nicely. So there are 3 coats of Blue Satin Sashes. Next up we have Snowflakes That Stay, and this is described as a topper with clear holographic glitter and irregular sized white matte glitter. So here is our first coat of Snowflakes That Stay. I am layering 2 coats of this on its own. It's not going to get even close to opacity, but I do think it's a really beautiful snowy look, and then I'm going to layer 1 coat of it over black just so you can get that iridescent effect as well. These larger glitters, they can be kind of hard to manipulate to get to where you want them to go. However, layering it on itself or layering it over base like this, it does seem to spread out much easier. So if I was wearing a base coat, it probably would have been much easier to manipulate around. I do really enjoy these white glitters. They kind of remind me of tissue paper,
and I haven't seen them in anything else so far. They kind of look like little snowballs or ice cubes on the nail, and I think they are so cute. You'll want top coat to finish this off. It is going to dry slightly textured, and removal will require a little bit of scrubbing, but it's not terribly difficult. So there are 1 and 2 coats of Snowflakes that stay.
Up next we have Silver White Winter, and this is described as a sheer gray curly base with gold to green aurora shimmer in large particle sizes and a holographic flake.
Here is our first coat of Silver White Winter. This one does cover pretty well in this first coat considering what it is. I did get full opacity in 2 coats, but if you were to tell me you needed 3, I also wouldn't be surprised by that. It is a much lighter color base, but I do think this super bright shimmer distracts from any kind of visible nail line that might still be hanging around after too. A great smooth formula to work with, no running, pooling, or staining. I didn't have a ton of texture when this dried, but it did dry totally matte, so I do recommend going in for top coat for that reason. I also didn't have any kind of issues with removal. It was a very simple removal process, regular nail polish remover, and I didn't have any kind of scrubbing. This shimmer that's in here stands out so beautifully, so there are 2 coats of Silver White Winter.
Next up we have 'Tis the Season, and this is described as a mix of green reflective glitters and iridescent copper flakes.
Here's our first coat of 'Tis the Season, and this is probably the top pick in the collection for me. I am a sucker for like the Christmas, super Christmassy looking manicures, and this absolutely screams Christmas to me. The formula is good, again, not thick for these reflective glitter polishes. I was pleasantly surprised by that. I did do 2 coats on this one, and I was happy with my opacity. If you're super duper picky, you might end up needing 3. These copper flakes actually stand out really nicely against this base color. Everything is kind of fighting for the foreground attention here with the reflective glitter, the base color, and then the copper flakes, but I do think they balance each other out really, really nicely. This is going to dry super textured, and removal will be super difficult, all because of this beautiful reflective glitter. So there are 2 coats of 'Tis the Season.
And lastly for today we have their gift with purchase. This is called Black Friday 22. It's described as a violet jelly base with pink large particle aurora shimmer and irregular black glitter.
And here's our first coat of Black Friday 22. This one does cover pretty well here on this first coat. I was able to get full opacity in 2 coats. I don't think anybody would need a 3rd coat unless you're just wanting to build up layers to see this black glitter throughout, but I was happy with 2. A smooth formula to work with. These glitters come out easily and they spread out nice and easily and evenly across the nail, surprisingly. Sometimes these kind of glitters can be finicky and a little bit difficult to manipulate, but this one was very easy. I do recommend using a top coat. It's going to smooth out this black glitter that's in here. And since there is glitter, it's also going to take a little bit of scrubbing to remove. It's not overly difficult like the reflective glitter is, but it is a little bit more work. So there are 2 coats of Black Friday 22.
And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.